So viewers, before we sell this lovely Volvo 460, whilst we're here in Bedfordshire for a quiet evening, had a festival and exceptional, let's have a look at this 1991 Volvo 460 brochure which I have. Now this isn't actually the correct year for the car. This car was registered in January 1991, and this brochure has various changes from the actual model of the car. So it's not entirely accurate, but it's accurate enough. As you can see, it's very sort of glossy. The 460 was really aimed at the same kind of person, effectively, as the Vauxhall Cavalier and the Nissan Primera and things like that. It's not as big a car as that, and there weren't as wide a choice of engines. But, you know, it is very much one of those cars that was aimed at the business buyer in the advertising, certainly. Few people would deny that the Volvo 460 looks a little different, but that it's usual for Volvos to stand out in the crowd. The fine sculpted lines of a new Volvo 460 saloon reveal its pedigree, but we've given it the taut low start that denotes a sporting breed. Elegance with practicality, safety with performance. A Volvo without question. I don't know about all that, but there we go. A natural development from the sporty Volvo 480, the new 460 Saloon is designed for those who expect a lot from their car, with its distinctive front end and capacious boot. The Volvo 460 combines the business of driving with the pleasure of motoring. Oh dear me. Wow. This is a little bit later, because we've actually only got the fuel injection with catalytic converter in this one. The very early 460s you could get with fuel injection and a non-cat, but the specifications are the same. GL, GLE and turbo. It says the distinctive elegant shape of the Volvo 460 Saloon is emphasised by the rear raised boot line, the rear apron, okay, and deep front spoiler. We've got a nice front spoiler. This looks like a GLE to me. The GLT would have had alloy wheels, or the turbo. That was also available. The stylish Volvo 460 clearly demonstrates how classical elegance can be combined with modern design. I wouldn't say it's the most elegant looking car personally. It's very Volvo. Its smooth aerodynamic lines ensure a comfortable and stable ride, yet at the same time contribute to the spirited performance it shares with the Volvo 480. This car doesn't actually handle like a Volvo 480. I've driven a Volvo 480 and they feel quite different actually. Naturally, the Volvo 460 is built to Volvo's exacting quality standards. Me dash rattles. That's all I can say. Which I acknowledge as being among the highest in the world. The result is a unique blend of quality and style, traditional craftsmanship and advanced engineering, the best for those who expect it. Even with its superb handling properties and exceptional road holding, this car doesn't handle that well, to be honest. If you had alloy wheels and better suspension, which the turbo had, it probably would do a bit better. But Volvo 460 doesn't compromise on comfort. The comfort is good. I just find the position of the accelerator pedal not that comfortable personally for me, but I might be alone in that. With this new executive style saloon, Volvo has changed the rules that say that family and business motoring cannot equate with dynamic performance. In the Volvo 460, ride comfort and good handling have been reconciled beautifully. Gosh, these are bold statements, aren't they? The Volvo marque has a reputation, a legendary one, for safety, reliability and durability. Okay, wide beam fog lamps, integrated in the front spoiler, standard equipment GLE and injection and turbo. Driver's door lock illumination gives extra convenience. That actually works on my car, would you believe? Light alloy wheels are factory fitted option on the GLE. I would have liked to have had those on this car, but I don't. A detail that reveals a car of the 1990s, even though these were actually designed in the early 80s. Bonded glass contributes to the structural integrity of the body shell and reduces wind draw. Electrical tilt slide sunroof with a sliding sunshade is standard on all models. Yes, it is. Electric operated door mirrors with de-icing are standard on GLE and turbo models. Yeah, I forgot I had heated mirrors on this car. Throughout its long history of building fine cars, Volvo has consistently equipped them to a high standard, and it shows. From the moment you unlock the central locking system, for example, aided at night by the built-in door lock illumination, GLE and turbo models only, cast your eye over the other design details. They're unpretentious and invariably practical, like the solid protection mouldings, which together with wraparound bumpers, protect the deep loss paintwork along the full length of the car. The paint on this car is actually not that bad. It does show a bit of fade, but this car's 32 years old, so what do you expect? The alloy wheels of a 460 turbo match the car to perfection and combine low weight with strength in an aesthetically pleasing way. Yeah, they are a lot better with alloy wheels, these cars. The tinted glass adds to the striking good looks of the Volvo 460 and adds to your comfort in hot weather. Yes, I've got tinted glass in this car. The door mirrors on the 460 are streamlined like the rest of the bodywork and wind tunnel tested to reduce air resistance and wind roar. Yeah, this has the early style mirrors like that. The later cars had different mirrors. On the GLE and turbo, they are electrically operated. Yes, they are. The switch is just down there. Yeah, that's bits of the sort of dash can just sort of fall out. I'm going to have to get that cleaned, aren't I, ahead of Saturday. Yeah, adjustable for inside the car, extra convenience. They de-ice automatically when a rear heater window is switched on. Yeah, attention to detail like this is the thread that runs through every design aspect of a new Volvo 460. Comfort and safety. For most people, Volvos are inextricably linked with comfort and safety. Well, that's absolutely true. And the Volvo 460 extends these attributes to the full. Take a look around a beautifully finished interior. Beige leather. And see the subtle refinements that set the Volvo 460 apart. Through every thoughtful detail runs the underlying theme of comfort. And as the Volvo driver knows only too well, comfort and safety go hand in hand. Volvo believes that relaxed drivers are confident and safe, and so are their passengers. Look at the man wearing his jumper with the tweed style fabric in there. Lovely. This is a dead fancy dash. This is the turbo dash with the extra info center. As you can see, this is a more standard dash. And the light's not particularly good, but you can see we've got the same stereo as actually in the brochure, but we're missing the turbo boost gauges and we're missing the info center, and we've just got normal instruments on the right hand side. We've got the paint flaking off the dash. So this is the turbo, and it's a manual turbo. Steering wheel though is the same. You don't get a leather steering wheel, I think, at this time at all. One of Volvo's basic aims is to allow the driver complete control of every situation, and this is evident in every aspect of the cockpit-style driving area of the Volvo 460, where comfort and driver control are allied to safety at all times. Great emphasis has been placed on ergonomic design, creating optimum levels of convenience and efficiency, and ensuring that routine tasks can be handled with ease. Yeah, I mean, it's having the radio up there is really good. A lot of cars in the 80s had radios like down there somewhere, and actually the key controls are quite easy. But if you got the steering wheel kind of here, you can't see where the actual sliders are, which is a bit annoying, and you'd have to know that. Also, the dimmer switch for the light is kind of down at the bottom of the dash. So there it is. It's there, which I didn't realise until quite recently. Great emphasis. Unexpected ones too. With the help of computerized design tools, a superb environment has been created for the Volvo 460 driver. All major controls are logically positioned in easy reach, apart from the dimmer switch. You can adjust the height of the steering wheel and the seat cushion. Yeah, you can. Actually, the seats do move in quite a number of directions. That's absolutely true. So you have a clear view of the instruments and a full array of warning lamps in the steering wheel. Yeah, we've got actually some of those that are missing on this because we don't have ABS like the car does here. We don't have that. Also, a very rare option on these cars is air conditioning, which I've never seen on one of these early models actually. Naturally, the beautifully appointed interior is equipped with all the refinement you find in the Volvo and more besides. Standard fittings: 3-band stereo cassette player with 4 speakers and a folding centre armrest for rear seat passengers. Yep, Got those. Look at this emphasis on the info center, and look at this. It says, note how the instrument pointers end up and just short of the calibration marks, pointing at the markings, not covering them. Yeah, full air conditioning can be specified on manual injection and turbo models. I don't see the button for air conditioning. Not even on there. What's it? There we go. High adjustable steering wheel, multi-position seat. The computer-controlled electronic information center standard on the 460 Turbo gives digital readouts of essential operating conditions from 7 information channels. There we go. So what have we got? Got fuel average, fuel instant. We've got speed average, range, oil, engine temperature, which is water temperature, and the external temperature. Electronic information center gives an instant update and a warning on everything affecting the motor of the car. Switching between the 7 selected channels instantly displays information about momentary or average fuel consumption, average speed, action radius. What the heck is that action radius? Engine oil or coolant temperature, ambient air temperature. Particularly useful when there's danger of icy roads. Yes, like in Sweden. To keep you comfortable, whatever weather, the Volvo 460 has an admirably efficient yet quiet heating ventilation system. 2 simple slide levers control air distribution and temperature, ensuring exactly the right mix of fresh air and warmth. And 13 vents in all Volvo 460 models. Yet there are quite a few. There's loads actually in here. Ensure even air distribution throughout the car. Possibly hot summers, you might consider full air conditioning, which keeps cool on the warmest days. Option on 460 manual injection and turbo models. Yes, of course, it's probably due to the fact that we'd have to fit a different radiator for the automatic models, so that could have been a bit complicated. And all 460s have heated seats. The steering wheel shown here contains an airbag safety device, which is available as an option. I've never seen an airbag on a pre-facelift 440 or 460. I don't know why. It's like air conditioning. It's an option that many people didn't choose. Wide-ranging choice of fuel systems, models, exterior colours, upholstery, optional equipment. Volvo 460 owners can personalise their new car before it even leaves the factory. Yes, we've got an optional beige leather interior in this car. The beautifully designed interior of the Volvo 460 is in perfect harmony with its exterior styling. The seats are ergonomically contoured and trimmed in luxurious plush velour. That's on a GL. With deeply sculpted backrests and seat cushions, they give you and your passengers body-hugging lateral support at all times. The secret of their support comfort lies in orthopedic design, which includes a high adjustable and tilt variable driver seat cushion. Yeah, it's an 8-way adjustable seat in this car. Adjustable lumbar support is also provided in both front backrests for comfort to ease the strain of the most sensitive region of the back. Yeah, the seats are comfortable. It's just the accelerator pedal that's the problem, really, in my opinion. This is the standard kind of interior that a GLE would have had. Weirdly, in this car, the door speakers are actually different. So those are the door speakers in the brochure, and that's the door speaker in this one. Why on earth you'd need different door speakers for UK market cars? I really don't know. It's an incredibly weird thing. Yeah, we've got the illuminated of that. We've got the illuminated little map light there. We actually have that. What I would like really is some map lights in here, but you don't get them, which is really strange. Yeah, the boot is really, really big. Let's just read this bump here. Your Volvo 460 handles luggage as it handles the roads with ease. I think it handles luggage like better than it handles the road, to be honest. And you can also see this is a GLE. It's the same colour as this car. I think it's called Champagne. And this is different wheel trims on it, which is really strange. The wheel trims on this car aren't actually shown in this brochure at all. The boot is spacious and deep, offering ample room for most business needs and leisure pursuits. Liftover height is comfortably low, and loading bulky objects is made easy by the high-rise boot lid. Yeah, which falls on your head because the springs aren't the best anymore. You'll also appreciate the asymmetry split foldable rear seat backrest and extra class is needed. Yep. And the seats are to be removed to provide extra space. And any of the rear seat backrest to be lowered. About fingertip operation. It is. Converting from luxury saloon to load carrier distinction takes only a few seconds. Goodness me, the advertising people in this, honestly. Saloon car with comfort. Saloon car comes with sporting style. Even before you start the engine, the distinctive appearance of the Volvo 460 sets it clearly apart from other cars on the road. Its clean, elegant lines, enhanced by aerodynamic styling, put the Volvo 460 in a class of its own. But despite its individual nature, the Volvo 460 shares some important characteristics with another pedigree performer, the Volvo 480. Volvo 480s drive a lot better than this, I can tell you. It has the same excellent suspension, for example, and shares many of the 480's mechanical components, yeah, and the rattly dash. What matters to the driver, however, is the Volvo 460 shares the same driving characteristics. Yeah, I don't know. If you change some of the suspension, I'm sure it'd be better, but this has the standard soft suspension. It's a bit tired. One of the most acclaimed sporting coupes in recent years. Yes. All the models in the 460 range are powered by 1.7 litre Heron head engine. It's just a Renault F-Type engine. What on earth is a Heron head engine? All three engine power choices, fuel injection management by carburetor, multiple fuel injection turburator. All three have a catalyzer. Yeah, this is why I think this is a later. This is a later brochure, because the very early cars you could get ones without cat, and also there was no automatic available when the car was launched in April 1990. So this is a later brochure. So I think we'll skip that one actually, because this video is going to be far too long. What does this sort of say here? Today's busy roads, extra power can make an important contribution to safety, as well as adding to driver enjoyment. The Volvo 460 Turbo gives you that extra power and abundance with smooth, quick response through all the gears. Because turbo lag is minimised, you'll have immediate throttle response. This dynamic performance is achieved through an advanced engine management system with electronic boost to optimise torque at relevant time. Wow. Yeah, the 460 Turbo is very, very rare. Look, it's even got these colour-coded mirrors. And then it talks about smooth, predictable steering. I mean, it's okay. ABS was actually available on some cars. You probably need it on the Turbo, but yeah, this is not on this one. A unique self-correcting front geometry is the reason, and there'll be no other dramas to upset your relaxed posture at the wheel. The confidence inspired by the taut and unwavering handling of your 460 is strengthened by the progressive action of the braking system. The brakes are quite good in this, to be honest. Even when fully laden, the stopping distances are exceptionally short. I don't know if anybody ever driven a Primera, but Primera does handle better than this, like way better. Volvo 460 is light positive action, 5-speed manual. I think it's a Renault gearbox. The 4-speed auto is okay. It's all right. Passenger safety philosophy. Actually got side impact bars on all of them, even the pre-facelift ones like this. And the sort of crumple zones. The Volvo are very into this, and you could get an airbag, but it was an option. The facelifted cars that came in late 1993, the airbag was actually standard, and then you can see there's crumple zones and all sorts of things. So it was a safe car for the time. It's really more of a rival, I would say, one of these for something like a Rover 200 or 400. Rover 400 because it's a saloon, which again is a car that was smaller than most of the competitors in its class, but seen as quite luxurious. So of course it's GLE like this one. Again, the wheel trims are different. So this is talking about kind of rust resistant. Your Volvo also benefits from a multi-layer rust resistant surface treatment designed to stand the worst of the British weather. Yeah, Volvos were very popular actually over here at the time, for a certain type of person. Although 440s and 460s aren't the most rust-resistant cars ever, and certainly not by Volvo standards anyway. Yeah. Anyway, look at that. Doesn't that look really smart, that 460 turbo? And there's those ball bay wheels or something on this. Attractive accessories. I'd like a tape holder here, but it's just a blank bit. I would like one of those, please. And you could get a leather steering wheel, but I've never seen one of those before. Mobile phone, 5-spoke alloys, factory-fitted option on the turbo. They look great. They're very similar to Volvo 480 ES wheels, which is no surprise because they're a direct swap. And you can get a little coach line on there as well. Lifetime care. All new Volvos delivered after August 1991 will enjoy 1 year's free ROC membership, unique to Volvo. That's handy. Looking back to actually been added in as well. In 1988, over 50% of Volvos produced were equipped with catalytic converters, and your Volvo 460 is one standard. You must only use unleaded fuel. Care line, yeah, lifetime care, which is what my mother had on the 240 that we bought in 1990. It was November 89. It was bought in 1990. Let's just read about the sort of care line and things like that, shall we? Another helpful contribution to the environment is Volvo's long service life, which effectively reduces parts consumption. However, to protect the environment, we also offer our unique Volvo lifetime care commitment. All we ask is that you look after your Volvo in a recommended way with regular servicing and repair when indicated. An authorised Volvo dealer. In return, we promise to give full and fair consideration to any manufacturing or material defect which may arise in the future, regardless of your car's mileage. That's why my mother used to get the 240 serviced at the Volvo dealership, because it was under lifetime care. Care line, lifetime care is designed to be as comprehensive as possible. Care line is an integral element of our commitment to Volvo owners and ensures the peace of mind whenever you're on the road. Your Volvo care line card entitles you to 24-hour roadside access with the RAC, together with overnight accommodation or alternative travel arrangements if those prove necessary. We almost actually had to use that with 240 in August 1990 because it didn't break down, but the catalytic converter warning light came on, and yeah, it caused no end of consternation. So this car is champagne metallic, which is that one. We've also got bright red, petrol blue, polar white, black metallic, smoke silver metallic, oyster grey metallic, peacock green metallic, which is very nice actually, I like that, claret metallic, Mr. Brown metallic, and midnight blue metallic. Midnight blue was the colour my mother's 240 was. So we've got grey plush, sports plush, which I think those tend to be standard on the GL and GLE, and then grey leather part faced and beige leather part faced like this. Specifications in here, as you can see, we've only got 3 engine options now, as opposed to there used to be 6 before, because you could get non-cat models in the early cars, but this has all got cat now. So the carb, you can actually get the carb on the GLE, which wasn't actually there originally. The GLEs were all fuel injection initially, so it obviously changed this slightly. Volvo, one of the very few manufacturers, I think other two are Nissan and Lada, to sell cars on carburetors with catalytic converters in this country. Very unusual. Where's the power? Yeah, so 87, 102, which is this one, and then the 119 for the turbo. Front suspension, McPherson struts, and then the rear is constant track axle, 2 watts ligatures, and laterally panelled front extra stabiliser. That extra stabiliser would be better. Power steering was not standard on the GL. It was, I think, optional. The auto was not available. I don't think it was available on the carb. It wasn't. It was just on the injection ones. Turbo, you could get, well, whatever you sort of wanted, really. You can see there's the sort of specification chart. So just pause the video there if you want to have a look at that. Obviously, there's surprising things like airbags, air conditioning, and ABS on the sort of GL and GLE. Very, very rare things to see on those. And that's about it. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, comment below. The advert for this car on an eBay classified advert is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed looking through this brochure. I'll include this actually as part of the sale.